This is something that has bothered me for a while. The start of One Piece is established as this race through the Grand Line to be the first pirate crew to find the One Piece. The problem with that is that no one is looking for it now. Not only are they not looking, they don't even care that they couldn't look even if they wanted to. Robin is the only pirate in the world of One Piece that can read poneglyphs, and you need to use poneglyphs to find the One Piece. So, with that said, I ventured to think about how Kaido, another contender for the One Piece, could have a poneglyph reader of his own. One of the first characters that we're introduced to in Dressrosa is Viola. Viola consumed the Giro Giro no Mi, or the Glare Glare fruit, which allows her to see vast distances. And when I say vast, I mean a 4,000 kilometer radius. For context, the radius of Mars is 3,200 kilometers. So in theory, she could see about a third of all of Mars at all times if she were on Mars. Beyond that, the Glare Glare fruit also allows her to see through solid objects, read minds, and see memories. Doflamingo could have ordered Viola to search the Kingdom of Dressrosa for Robin using her ability, and then read her memories for knowledge of poneglyphs. If Viola refused, Doflamingo could simply puppeteer her into doing it. Once Viola located Robin and stole her memories, she could give any and all information that the Straw Hats gathered to Kaido. For example, the poneglyphs in Fishman Island or Skypiea. Kaido could then take Viola to Whole Cake Island and have her look around until she found the road poneglyph that he knew Big Mom had. This would mean that the last poneglyphs required would be the one in Wano and the one being held by the man with the burn scar. The same method used in Whole Cake could be used in Wano. Kaido could then use his black market connections, the Don Quixote family, and Viola's abilities to conduct a large-scale grid search for the man with the burn scar. Ironically, this plan works almost exactly the same and exactly as well for Big Mom. She could just use Pudding to steal Robin's memories right now and do the same thing. Pudding doesn't even really have to awaken her third eye. That's kind of stupid. She can just steal the memories now. The only issue is that I'm not convinced that Big Mom has the combat prowess to pull it off. That being said, I think it would have been really fun and interesting if Big Mom was interested in Robin's knowledge and challenged the Straw Hats to a Davy back fight in hopes to win Robin, but instead the Straw Hats win Jinbei. That would have created a reason for the Straw Hats to battle the Sweet Commanders individually or as small teams and showcase some of the Straw Hats that rarely get any spotlight. All that being said, this is a pretty legitimate way that Kaido could have already obtained the One Piece, or at very least been pretty far ahead of everyone else, and I don't really feel like it's rocket science. I think this is like one of the first things that would have occurred to me if I was Kaido. If you've also noticed the fact that no one seems to be looking for the One Piece, or thought of any other ways that different characters could have been further along, say something in the comments. I'm curious to know what other people are thinking.